Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 46 of the Let's Play We Do Not Sow, where we are currently, well, we're doing this really cool thing called being absolute chads and just owning the owning these dipshits over here. Oh, you want me to have Castle Rock? I don't mind if I do. Polite. I mean, I don't want it, but I'm gonna keep it just because it means I get the trifecta of stuff there. Oh fuck, we're running out of food. Can we get this siege quick enough to go get myself some food is the real question. And now my cats are just running and jumping in my office because they're like, oh look, the door's open. Wouldn't it be a shame if we were to annoy you, Dad? And as a cat dad, I understand that this is just how they're going to do what they want to do. Still feels weird calling myself a cat dad, but I mean, it's technically a truth, isn't it? Alright, there we go. Let's wait till morning, and then we'll siege this bitch. There we go. With the crag taken, I would like to get peace. I mean, we could probably take the entirety of the Westerlands, but I'm running out of influence, and
Kids, take command!
Honestly, I'd like some time to chill and recruit some new lords. I'd also like to decide how many of my cavalry are going to be Lannister and Pride Knights. Because I do think it'd be funny, you know, having Pride Knights, you know, charge into against the Lannisters. Also, for anyone wondering why I'm not using any northern troops with this new rule, apart from the White Harbor, is as much as I agree that I should be able to use troops that we own, I think it should be direct, only if I own that like castle or city directly. So no troops that I don't like, no house troops that I don't specifically own the settlement for. And that way we keep it a little fairer, so it makes it like, you know, I have to take certain things if I want to have certain troops. So, you know, if I want to say get rid of Case, but I try and get, say, River Run, I know the Tullys do have their own, so, you know, that would be a thing I'd do. You know, I'd try and get, you know, try and force River Run into my hands if I had a lot of influence. So I could have Tully troops. I don't want Tully troops, but you get my point. Yeah, after this fight, we may have to break this army up. No. I have got very low health. I'm trying to, like, you know, help, but also, you know, defend myself so I don't get myself put on the floor by a fucking peasant or something. Yeah, we'll pull out some of the troops in, and then we'll see if my men are amenable to peace. My men are probably going to go like, motherfucker, you want us to get peace while we're winning? Are you dumb? But at the same time, you know, we are losing, slowly but surely losing out on stuff. Well, nope, my men think staying at war is the greatest idea of the fucking in the world. So I guess we're going to go to Case and keep going. Jesus Christ, I have no food, so hopefully my people will share food with me. I don't want the crag, so yeah. Carl, all yours. How strong are the... they're still up to 21... They have a lot of clans. That's their big deal, is they have a lot of clans, and they're able to kind of fight back in numbers, whereas we fight back in... apparently, the strength of our individual units. I know that sounds weird. You're thinking, Joe, what the fuck do you mean strength of individual units? Units are shit. Generally, I would probably agree. Like, think to myself, yeah, I don't think these units are the strongest, but like on the field of battle, our men are doing really well. Now, someone actually, this does bring up a point that I had a comment from someone, and I actually never knew that this could even be done. And I'm saying that legitimately. I legitimately, when he made the comment, I was like, shit, can that actually be done? Now, someone mentioned that some YouTubers, or like he said specifically it'd be cool if it's cool, you know what you're doing, but it'd be cool if you didn't buff your own troops. Now, I didn't even know you could buff your own troops. Like, I play on the Bannerlord difficulty. You know, I mean, I'll show you my difficulty. Campaign options, yeah, Bannerlord. I don't fuck about with anything. The only thing I don't do is IMO mode for the sake of, you know, actual, you know, saves. I honestly wouldn't even know where to buff troops, I'll be completely honest. But the reason I'm saying this is it's not because, oh, you know, I feel like I need to defend myself. Complete opposite. I just actually didn't know this was possible. So, like, if we look at the Realm of Thrones, like, I'm pretty sure, like, whenever I change anything, I always change in-game as well. Like, I always show you guys when I'm changing. So, like, I haven't done anything here. Everything is, you know, as you would expect. This doesn't change anything. This is just better time and better smithing that I haven't really used. Like, so I want you guys to know that the person who made that comment brought up a very good point, and I understand some people's frustration at the idea of some people may not be playing the game properly, or maybe, you know, buffing themselves up. And honestly, everyone has their own play style and everyone has their own recording style, so I'm not going to, of course, care what other people do in the sense of, you know, other than to say I understand what you mean, and yeah, I don't do that, so you needn't worry. Like, if it makes you not enjoy this content, then don't worry. I don't do that. Again, not for any other reason other than I used to play, like, before I started recording Bannerlord, I will give a story of this. I used to play on the easiest difficulty because I used to suck. Like, I could never play Warband on anything harder than, say, easy. Because I felt like I sucked, and you know, when the Bannerlord came out, I was the same. I really didn't want to put it on a hard difficulty. I didn't want to put it on anything that would, you know, when I feel like I just wanted to enjoy myself. I didn't want to stress myself out thinking, oh, am I good? Or, you know, do I know what I'm doing? Or, you know, any of that. But then as soon as I decided to record it, I thought, fuck it. You know, if I'm going to record it, I'm not going to play it on the easiest difficulty because, you know, I'm recording. That's a little different. You know, got to test my limits a little bit. And ever since then, I've played on Bannerlord difficulty with pretty much no issue. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a learning curve to learn how to play on Bannerlord difficulty, but I can't say that I've ever been, like, worried since, like, worried by thinking my troops aren't good enough. I mean, don't get me wrong, I remember the Dornish streams we did, and I hated the Dornish troops. Mostly because they're not very... Balanced is not the right word, they're just not very diverse. They have, a lot of the units are pretty much the same. Like, the same as one another. And their specialized troop is essentially a spearman, or a shitter version of the Kraken. Now, the reason the Kraken are good is because they have a very fast melee weapon and then a spear if necessary. You know, they have the alternatives. Also, Dornish armor just looks garbage. Like, holy shit. Like, talk about, you know, a fashion disaster. But either way, I think for the most part, like I said, you know, every faction has their weaknesses, their buffs, and I feel like, obviously, especially with the Great Unifier, we are seeing that a little more because I'm picking units out of them, and we discovered, like, you know, the Dragonstone early troops, you know, they don't get a shield till tier 3, and that's you know, when that's your only infantry, that was really hard. You know, obviously now that we have the Ironborn infantry as well, it's, you know, a little bit different, but I definitely think it is one of those things that really does show, you know, the strengths and weaknesses of every faction. But again, I also, like, I don't understand, like, from the perspective of, like, a watcher, I don't understand why people would buff their own troops just to, you know, make themselves look better or make their, like, battles more satisfying. I feel like losing is more satisfying than winning for viewers. Obviously, if you're a viewer, please let me know if that is about right for you. Yeah, I feel like viewers like watching people lose more than they like watching people win for the most part, because, you know, it's that sense of, like, you know, like, oh shit, this guy can lose, or like, oh my god, this YouTuber I like isn't as lucky or isn't as good as he sometimes is. You know, it's one of those things. So I greatly appreciate the feedback from the person who was talking about it, because, you know, again, it brought up something I never knew you could do, and I still don't actually know how you do it. I assume there must be a mod for it, maybe, but yeah, all the mods I use, if anybody is wondering, are, of course, in the description, in the order I use them as well. So if you're ever wondering, oh, Joe, what load order do you use? The load order is directly down below, so do not worry. Just download them in the order I've got them in the description, install them in that order, and load them in that order, and you'll be pretty much fine. If you have if you do ever have any issues, though, what I will recommend is don't ask me for help. Not because I don't want to help, but because if you ask the mod devs, you'll get a much more timely answer, and also probably a lot more correct, as I am not a mod dev. I don't know what I'm doing. I simply play video games for shits and giggles, and that's about it. Let's try and get up to Golden Tooth to well, not even defend, but help against whoever ends up, if they, you know, over there. I don't want Crakehall, but I don't have the influence to just give it straight away, so... Who wants Crakehall? Oh, I can just give it, can't I? Cool. We have more members, so the black tie get it. Can we not lose Golden Tooth? That would be great. Probably going to lose Golden Tooth. Ooh, that is a close one. 165. Okay, we've got way more cavalry. A good time of day. There were a lot less troops than when we did the last big fight, but...
Wheel to enemy!
We are defending, and we are defending on the worst of the two sides.
Footmen, move!
Immediately start moving infantry.
Infantry!
The problem is I can't move them until I can see where to move them, so...
Hold fire! Soldiers!
The good thing is the enemy are pretty far away, right?
Move!
Archers there, cavalry there.
Footmen!
Infantry over there. You can help it.
Move! Move! Infantry! Move! Keep infantry forward!
Yeah, that should help.
True cavalry move! Infantry! Soldiers forward!
Yeah, put my archers as close as I can. Meryn Trant got the first kill. And here I thought he was just a fucking loser. I mean, I still think he's a fucking loser, but you know.
Infantry!
How many men did the garrison give to us? Wait, did the garrison not have any troops? Oh no, there you go. They give 22. You know what? If the enemy aren't going to come at us just yet, throw stuff at them. Yeah, I feel like my cavalry is not going to be as useful at that flank, but it's fine. Okay, there we go. Yeah, at this point, charging is just necessary. For the fun, obviously, not for anything else. Oh yeah. Do not shoot. There's no reason to. Damn it! Had a fucking shot then as well. I am not that good of a throwing weapon, so like, you know, cut me a break or cut me some slack. Beautiful. Honestly, this is just absolute poetry. After the losses we've sustained, these fights need to be had. We good? Yeah, our archer coverage is great. Look at those 94 kills. Admittedly, not every single sniper has got a kill, but, you know, they're not here to all get kills. They're here to make sure we win, and that is what they've done. Even our infantry is just fucking locked in.
Infantry!
They're doing what I always like to watch them do, just absolutely overrun the fucking enemy.
Follow your sergeants!
Because honestly, it's... Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, that nearly killed me. I didn't realize they still had so much cavalry left. Holy shit, that was very dumb of me. There we go, you're down. Okay, they're fucked, whether they like it or not now. Oh, the Greyjoy nearly got a 1-for-1 KK. Oh no, yeah, they're 2 kills off. Shame. But they could have got a... oh wait, 1 kill off. Can they get the KD they need? Probably not, no. Oh no, they did! They made the KD, look at them. Proud of them. Another beautiful amount of renown and thing here.
Enough. Stop.
Get in the fucking prison, you twits. There we go. They had a very good army, apparently, as well. Oh, wow, we're getting too much experience. There we go. Can't be having too much experience. That's just rude. And that was a lot more experience as well. So there we go. We still have one archer to turn into thing. All of our cavalry are... Okay, so we're like... Yeah, we're looking at needing a lot more cavalry. Yeah, I don't see me personally being able to lead any more fights, so... I'm going to disband the army and go to Lannisport. And I'm going to basically... Whatever I'm lacking in House Manderley troops, we're going to buy in Lannis troops and turn them into... Lannis Pride Knights. Lannister Pride. Well, I'm gonna call them Lannis Pride Knights because, you know, I don't think I don't think the word Lannister needs to be uttered, you know. Arrows. Not cheap. Have you for now? So we have currently got 30, 38, 40, 42. So that means we need at least 25. So, 42 at 25. Where's my brain? What? That's 67. So we need 67. I'll just get 10. What does he say? Oh, cool. So he's like, seeing as you're the Lord here, I guess just fucking take him. No, can't really argue. We'll just get rid of... Wait, so I've got 42, 72, 32. Alright, let's now level these dipshits up. Ah, so they have to go to footman first, okay. That's a little bit annoying. I was hoping they'd just go straight into cavalry, but... Apparently there's a little bit of panache you need for this. Go to over here and quickly do that. Yeah, I trust you guys to defend this area. And by that I mean I expect you guys to lose horribly, but you know, it'll be fine. I'll take you, take you. 170 grand down the drain, but obviously the main reason we're doing this is because we want to get the Lannister Pride, or at least we just want them to turn to cavalry more than anything. Fucking hell, I have that many? Oh, barely. Game made me feel as if I was like sitting on a landmine there. So we're already up to Lannister Knights, which are, you know, fucking badass to be fair. I've just realized, do Pride Knights have horse armor? Because if they don't, they actually might be not as good as because White Harbor Knight Commanders have they have chainmail. Oh, they have chainmail as well. We're good then. Right. Even though it's mid-war, we're gonna go to Pike and get the rest of our archers. Yeah, we're fine. Hey, let's go for it. We're only getting peace purely for the situation of, you know, getting peace allows us to just chill for a little bit. Also, we're making an absolute... We're not making as much of a killing as we were previously. Now, how many archers do we currently need? So, we have 143 archers, so we can just ignore all the archers, and that's it. We literally have 143, so we need 32. 25. 10. And we'll just get rid of 3 of them. That should be the correct number. Yes, that is the correct number. So, Yeah, that's a good distribution in my opinion. Oh shit, I still have prisoners. Get rid of those dumb shits. I mean, money's great, and I mean, extra skill points in roguery is always nice. Do not have what I'm looking for. Well, I may as well get the rest of the recruits before we worry too much then. Get ourselves ready for the next war. Because at this rate, the next war may not be with the Lannisters. Yeah, you never really know the will of your own people sometimes, you know? Sometimes they want a war against Lannisters. Sometimes they want a war against someone else. You know, who am I to deny them those wars, you know? Well, I'm their king, so I guess denying them the war is completely within my right. But, you know, don't tell them that. They might get upset. Either way, I think we're doing... To say we've kind of... We had a very rough start when we first joined, and we were what's it called? We were just a guy, you know, a little guy following the Lord Balon. But to say we've now risen up to become the king, like each, you know, everybody in the kingdom were like, yeah, you should be the next king. You're an absolute fucking Chad. Admittedly, that's not really how. I don't understand why every kingdom in this game is an elective monarchy, but. I'm also not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say. So yeah, it's just lucky for us, isn't it, really? Right, looks like we're going to have to go all the way up to the north now to get some stuff. Specifically, what land do we currently hold? So, White Harbour Case, Widow's Watch. Okay, so we need to check out all of our places. Specifically in the south, because I haven't actually checked Case or Castle Rock for what they need to build. I'll probably have to do that in the next part, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. For now, let's just focus on what we are doing. Which is buying arrows. Buy you as well. I mean, it's 100 grand, but fuck it, whatever, it's fine. Right, let's go to White Harbour and check. I think White Harbour doesn't require anything built. I don't think these two will require anything to be built, but still. Just worth checking, you know. Hey, we have a Pride Night, motherfucker. Got a cape. God, they look fucking cool. Alright, manage town. Yep, everything's fine. Good. Oh, while I'm here, I may as well try and buy some extra stuff, you know, for leveling up purposes. Well, they have a few arrows, but yeah, whatever. It's 5 grand. I mean, we can expense. We can, you know, we can expense that. It's fine. All right. I think Widow's Watch is fully upgraded as well, but check. Nope. Has a bunch of stuff at, wait, 31 days. That's fine. Just everything else is fine. Right, let's just shoot for the twins. I know I don't own the twins, but let's go to the twins. We'll quickly make our way back to Case and Lannisport and Castle Rock. Yeah, I think like the 2 parts I've recorded so far today have been very, very worthwhile in terms of, like, you know, we've done a lot and we've got a lot done. Not worth it. Do you know what? We'll end this part here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please do follow me on YouTube. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a share. But most importantly, guys, stay safe. Have a great day. Join the channel membership if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys then.